What's up, everyone? I'm JD.
And I'm Earthworm.
And this is the Anime Brothers Podcast. Oh, yeah, look at that. I'm sounding pretty good.
Really good.
I'm sounding pretty good.
Look at us go.
I'm feeling confident today. I hope everyone is having a pretty much decent couple of weeks after the news of what's going on.
Yeah, as good as you can be.
Yeah, safe and hunker down as much as you can be.
Yeah, don't leave the house if you can avoid it.
Yes.
I mean, groceries, whatever. That's one thing.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I like going to Dunkin' Donuts for a coffee. If you can, just be careful. Go through the drive-thru. I think that's the only way you can do it now.
Yeah.
Just
take extra precautions. I know me. I've been stuck in the house for like a week straight. I'm starting to go a little crazy, but this is nice.
Yeah, but you've been able to watch a lot of anime, which we can talk
I've
about.
blown through some serious fucking anime.
And that's the good thing and all that. I'm doing a lot better. I got some updates for you. Basically, because I think the last time we talked, this is a pretty big gap from what we talked about. But I finished Naruto. I finished Sword Art Online Annihilation. I finished Drifters. So that's all done. And I am now on Demon Slayer.
You're fucking racking them up, dude.
I'm on episode 22 out of 26 of Demon Slayer. And I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Yeah.
How about you? How many animes have you watched? I'd like to know.
I've only finished one, but I actually finished watching Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. So I'm pretty hyped about that, dude.
I'm pretty jealous.
It was really good. Like, everything that everybody said about it, it makes sense. Like, I get why it's number one on Mal.
It's number one?
It's number one.
Why is it number one?
Because it's really fucking good. Like, it's not my favorite. Like, you know, Hunter x Hunter, Gurren Lagann, Yu Yu Hakusho, I like them better. I like the characters better, but, like, you can't really pick apart much bad about Full Metal.
So, you know, I'm pretty much going to like it a lot. Because that's next. Right after Demon Slayer, now I'm going to Full Metal. We're going to try to keep it lined up back and forth. So it's worth it, huh?
No, I think you're going to love it a lot, dude. Like, it's worth watching. If you haven't watched it, just watch it. I don't know about the original Full Metal Alchemist. I've never watched it. But
do you have to watch the original? Or can you go right to Brotherhood? That's what I want to do is just do Brotherhood.
Yeah. Brotherhood is like the direct translation from the manga. And the regular Full Metal Alchemist kind of did some anime only, had an anime only ending.
Okay.
I heard it got kind of weird.
That's what I mean. Brotherhood, it follows the manga, and that's what's important. That's what you said.
Yeah, it's the true story. You know, it's what the creator wanted to get across.
I don't know. You can't probably tell me which. I don't want to have any spoilers, but I don't know if it's more of a darker tone or a lighter tone. But if it is a darker tone, that's probably going to be more badass.
A lot of dark themes. You know, it's not like a seinen. It still would fall into the shonen category, I'd say. But there's some dark themes. You know.
Okay.
It keeps it relatively light. With some humor.
It does.
Yeah, but like everything that's going on, it's like it's some real heavy shit.
Okay.
Yeah, and like how like Al and Ed lost their bodies and whatnot, like that's.
And I already know the gist of that because once
sure.
again spoilers. You know, that's why we give spoilers because it happens to us too. So, but I want to bring it back real quick to Demon Slayer because I know this episode is not going to be about this. We're just, you know, talking for right now. But I wanted to let you know that I finally got to meet this Zenitsu guy that you told me about.
I fucking love Zenitsu, dude.
Yes,
he's so funny.
The coward that when he falls asleep is a badass.
He's so cool. I love him. I think he's fucking hilarious.
He's great. I don't think he's my favorite, but I can see where you like him because at first I'm like, man, this guy's annoying.
Yeah.
But then everything he did made me laugh, actually. He started, like, he'd hear creaks in the woods, and he's just freaking out and all that stuff. And then he fought that spider guy, and I was just like him. I'm freaked out by spiders like that. Like, that was freaking me as shit. And I don't know. It was great to see him and all that stuff. Got to see a little of his backstory with his gramps and all that stuff. And him pretty much mastering one form and all that stuff, but that's all he needs.
Yeah.
It's just great.
He has no idea that he can, like, that he's even mastered it. He has no
You're like,
idea.
the first time he killed a demon, he's with a kid. He wakes up, the fucking head's rolling, and he's looking at the kid. He's like, oh my God, you're so strong. Thank you for saving me. And the kid just doesn't even know what to do. I did like it, and so.
My favorite part about him is him chasing around Nezuko. Nezuko!
Okay.
Nezuko!
Yeah, so the one thing I wanted to complain about him is he reminded me a lot of the stereotypical, we got to have that buffoon that has like that love spell over someone immediately, like the Kuwabara effect. Yeah. Like literally, you know, with Yukiya, with Hiei's sister. And it's like, I'm like, immediately he sees her and now he's fallen for Tanjiro's sister. It's like, come on now. It's like, I know every anime kind of does that, but it's like, you gotta, why not another girl? Why does it have to be
He just wants to get married because he thinks he's going to die, man. He wants to check that one off the list, you know?
Poor guy's never going to get married. But, No, I like that, and I've liked everything so far, but I did want to bring up a complaint I had.
One criticism, you say?
Yes, one
Okay,
criticism.
fair enough.
It's not really a big criticism. It's just that for this show, we, especially coming from you, you usually complain about the whole trope of like the main character that always overcomes the obstacle.
Yeah.
And so far, Tanjiro has pretty much came and defeated every obstacle that's gone his way, from just getting stronger, more. He's just, he's pulling will out of his own. And I like that stuff too. But now I'm like, well, this is hypocritical. Because this boy is getting beat by one of the 12 demons and all that stuff. And all of a sudden he starts thinking about his dad, telling him about, doing this breathing that makes fire come out instead now. And he's able to essentially slash the guy's threads and get this power out of nowhere just from thinking in his head. And I'm just like, where the fuck is this coming from? This is exactly a shonen trope if I've ever seen one. You know what I mean?
No, that's a fair criticism. You're not wrong.
I thought someone was going to save him, or he'd get his ass beat, someone saves him. It just like, Gon and Hunter, you're not always going to win the fight. But so far, he gets beat the shit out of him, but he's come away with every victory, and I'm kind of like, well, damn it. I was kind of hoping he would get beat a couple times.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of tropey. You're not wrong about that. I like the idea of his dad, though, because, he'd been the charcoal salesman, and you learned a little bit more about him throughout the series. And
I think I haven't learned a shit ton yet.
No, you don't really know a whole... I mean,
but I've seen
what you've learned is about what you've learned.
Okay.
But you realize that, I think it's kind of pointing to his dad being a demon slayer himself and having the fire breathing.
Yeah, I was gonna say it hasn't shown him being a demon slayer, but maybe that's
no. But
no, it's all right. I'll figure it out.
I'm sure somebody who's read the manga could tell us if we're right or wrong, but
right.
I didn't see a huge problem with it, but I get where you're coming from.
Yeah, but that's my only criticism. I'm enjoying it so far, and I just wanted to put in that little spiel. But I don't know anything else you got to say before we get into it.
Mob Psycho's pretty dope. Started Mob Psycho.
Mm-hmm. How many episodes?
Yeah, like 6, 8, something like that. Just started it, yesterday, this morning, something like that.
So is it as good as people talked about? Because you said that you would get some hype about it. People talked about it, and
the art style is really cool. It's really unique. I don't know. It's a little slice of life for me, but I don't dislike it because of that. I think one of the characters, Reagan, he's fucking hilarious. He's pretty much a con artist pretending to be a psychic, and he's just fucking funny.
That's
dude.
like the real world.
Yeah, and it's made by the same guy. I'm pretty sure it's the same creator as One Punch Man. So it's super satire, kind of.
Okay.
Takes itself more seriously than One Punch Man, I would assume. I haven't watched it, but yeah. But like Mob's, he's super overpowered. He's a psychic, but he's just trying to be a normal kid. So I can relate to him, because it's like he just wants to like have a girlfriend, and he's got a big crush on a girl. And that was not far from what I was when I was like 12 and 13. I was super unpopular, didn't talk to a bunch of people, but like would get infatuated with somebody. So he's a super relatable character for me. But, I wouldn't call it like a 10 out of 10 yet. I'm sure something's going to happen.
No, I can understand. Well, I mean, hopefully it goes well for you. I mean, eventually it'll be on my list as well, so.
Yeah, it's worth watching. Yeah. Definitely worth watching.
But today, our basic episode is going to be about our top 10 favorite side characters. But it's kind of individual. It's not just like my top 10 are going to be your top 10. They could be, but it's
our own top 10s.
Yeah, our own top 10 side characters, and then we're hoping if we get to the next episode would be like our top 10 worst side characters.
Yeah, we'll do that eventually.
Yeah, we'll do that eventually. We got to work up to it.
I feel like there's way more fucking protagonists that you could write down as shit.
That's true. I also had a hard time putting my top 10 together because I do like a lot of side characters. And now that I'm seeing more of Zenitsu and I know Escape from Demon Slayer, I like them too, but I'm like, not yet.
No, yeah, they work themselves in.
Yeah,
I like the whole group dynamic of Demon Slayer is fucking awesome.
That's what I'm saying. I'm already going to go back to that.
I didn't put anybody from Demon Slayer, I don't think, because of that. Like, I like Zenitsu, he's my favorite, but Inosuke's dope, and they all play off of Tanjiro well, so it's hard to pick one specifically.
Exactly. And our rules for how this goes is that a side character is it's basically just not the main protagonist.
Anybody who's not the
protagonist.
There's
a lot of people to choose from for us. We're kind of making our own rules here.
Yeah, even for something like Yu Yu Hakusho or Hunter x Hunter or some of these like group protagonist type deals.
Yeah.
Again, as long as it's not the Gon or Yusuke, we're just gonna run it because fuck rules.
Yeah, and we're gonna limit ourselves to 2 side characters like per anime. So we're not gonna just stack one anime because that's kind of unfair. Even though I could do that. I'm sure you could, but I'm not gonna do that.
I feel like you could do that with Naruto characters.
Yes, I can.
And if you gave me villains, I could do it with any Tagashi.
You don't realize how many times I just sat there looking at, like, the characters, and because, I wanted to make sure I got all the names right, and was like, God, I like them all. But
I'll tell you right now, I have no Naruto characters. I'm only like 50 in, but...
Like I've said it numerous times, you can go to hell then.
Well, okay then. I'll go to hell.
So I'm going to bring up some honorable mentions on my side.
Yeah, I got some too, but you roll them off and then I'll hit you.
Okay. Do you want me to just say them and then explain them, or do you just want me to give them?
Whatever you want, dude. If you got some explanation, go ahead.
Well, you're going to like this because one of the side characters is an honorable mention is I'm going to mention Gohan. Because I'm not going to lie, I do like Gohan. And I did like him, especially the teenage years, especially when he became Super Saiyan 2.
Yeah.
And they seemed like they were going to push him. It's like he was finally getting to the forefront, so I like that. But as he grew up, I hated him more. Yeah. And he's never gotten back to that. Even Ultimate Gohan didn't do it for me. It just never did it for me. Another one for me is Klein. He ain't in my top 10, but let me tell you.
Klein from Sword Art?
Yeah, we want to know more about Klein from Sword Art Online.
He's best wife.
Also, I'd like to see him have a girlfriend. He's just like Zenitsu. He wants a girl, and he never gets one. I just want to maybe give him a little side episode of him finally getting a girlfriend and going on a date. That'd be nice for me.
It's a little slice of life with Klein.
And then another one I have is Lancer from Fate Stay Night.
Fate Stay Night. Okay, so he was the one with the one lance,
pretty
right?
much
and a ponytail.
Pretty much every Lancer class we end up finding out he commits suicide.
Sadly. Yeah, it's a little bit of a trope.
Unfortunate,
I like it.
But he's like all the Lancers actually are pretty honorable people and all that stuff, and they don't like try to kill someone when their weapons down. They're respectable and all this stuff. I liked Lancer's character, so he was a good side character.
I feel that, but you like the Stay Night one better.
Stay Night one's a lot better because he actually had morals where he wasn't just going to kill somebody. I think it was like his master told him to kill Rin, and he wasn't going to do it. And then he committed suicide because of that.
That's true.
And then my last honorable mention, and you're going to be like, what? But it's because there's other Naruto characters, Rock Lee.
Rock Lee.
And I didn't know if you had him on. I would think you were going to put him as a side character. But
I just haven't seen enough. I like him, dude. He's probably my favorite character.
You're going to hate it because
Naruto.
after Naruto, they do him wrong in Shippuden. He's barely involved.
Come on.
This is what I mean. This is why he's a side character you think more story should be about.
Well,
and
watching Rock do his one arm push-ups after he got the shit kicked out of him in the students, dude, that touched me a little bit.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. And he's a great guy, and he makes you laugh. But it's a shame. But he's my other honorable mention. So
okay, that's fair. Yep. Is that all you got?
That's all for me. I got 4. My lucky number 4.
All right, fair enough. I think I have 5 or something. Honorable meme chins. Meme chins. Most of these guys are memes because I love characters who are just ridiculous and make me laugh. But I didn't feel correct putting these characters as my tops. So. To start off, we have the farmer that Raditz killed in the first episode of Dragon Ball Z. He's the oldest meme, but I pay respects to the OGs. Yeah. Okay? He was just doing his fucking work. Mm-hmm. Imagine you sitting at your office, or home right now, actually, sitting in your living room, doing a little bit of work, and then some fucking alien ship crashes down, and he's like, hey, I'm going to murder you. And he does.
Yeah.
And, nobody ever talks about the farmer's wife and his potential kids and, the people that left behind.
Because he's such a minimal part of the story.
They never found that murderer.
No, because Raditz was taken care of.
But they don't know that. That family doesn't have peace.
No, they do not have peace.
I think about this more than I should.
But when you live in a world in the Dragon Ball Z universe, that's going to be difficult.
Yeah, but they don't know. Nobody knows. I mean, the most they've seen is a green guy. Who was like, yeah, I'm going to take over the world. I think. I don't remember Dragon Ball. Anyway, moving on. We have Phil from, what the hell? The Promised Neverland. He's one of the orphans.
That's a real nice, normal name.
Phil. Yeah, he's one of the orphans. And I know you're going to watch that one at some point, so I won't spoil too much. But he's like one of the young ones. He's 5 years old. And he has more guts than any man I've ever known.
I like guts.
He's holding it down for the underground. And... I don't know, man. He's just an admirable fucking dude. I hope to grow up to be like 5-year-old Phil.
So he's 5 years old.
He's 4 or 5. He's a wicked
really.
This orphanage keeps kids from I think it's babies to up until 12. So he's a youngin, He's gonna be at the orphanage for a little while. But he's the man.
Okay.
And he's goddamn fucking adorable.
All right. Well, I'll take note of that.
Speaking of Full Metal Alchemist, my next guy is Major Armstrong. He's the super buff guy with the mustache, dude. He's fucking... I don't know, man. He's a really like heartfelt character.
But he only made it to an honorable mention. Okay.
Yeah, I think it might be just fresh, but like there's one scene where he sees another buff guy and they just look at each other and start flexing at each other and then give each other like the bro handshake grab.
Just like that movie, Predators.
Yeah, like you've seen the meme of the two like buff guys doing the fucking handshake grab or whatever. Yeah, that's them. And it was in the middle of a super intense battle and I was laughing my ass off. So I got to give him props for that.
Okay.
Next is fucking from Soul Eater. It's Excalibur. Are you familiar with Soul Eater at all?
No, you told me to watch it too, and I have so many on my list, but yeah.
Fair enough. I wouldn't say like watch it. There's plenty better shit to watch. Mm-hmm. But anyway, there's two types of people in Soul Eater. There's Meisters and weapons. Yep. So like a guy will turn into a weapon for a Meister to use, and the best weapon of all time is Excalibur. You know,
or King Arthur's sword. Pretty much anything. Same thing in Sword Art Online. It was Excalibur, the weapon.
But since like these weapons are sentient, they're people. Excalibur's the most annoying motherfucker that you have ever like met. The guy with the hat. The guy with the hat.
Yes,
like the little duck-looking thing.
And
with
he
the
sings
hat.
the Excalibur
And he says, Excalibur, Excalibur. And he tells you stories of like his past that make no sense.
Okay.
It's just, he's fucking hilarious, dude. They have like a whole episode of him just telling you shit that he's quote-unquote done. But it just sounds like he's bragging about stupid shit. I think he's fucking funny, man.
Yeah, some people think he's annoying.
He's super annoying, but I take that and I just laugh.
Yeah.
And I think we all know, if anybody has caught on to anything, my last honorable meme-chin is Robert E.O. Speedwagon. Mm-hmm. Come on, dude. I love this guy. He's fucking funny, man. Anything that you thought could just be thought in your own head.
Right.
Speedwagon said, no, I have to scream it at the top of my lungs.
You got to scream at the top of your lungs.
Yeah. It's like, oh my God, JoJo just got more powerful, is what you would think. But Speedwagon's like, oh, Jonathan, he is stronger than any god I've known.
He makes it sound amazing.
Dude, it's great. He's got a crazy way with words. But that's all I've got for my memes.
Hey, they were good. I mean, I really don't understand you and your fascination with the farmer, but we're going to take it and leave it right now. How about that?
When we do a Dragon Ball Z focused episode, I'm going to take at least 15 minutes, and I'm going to make a block explaining why you all should give a shit about the poor-ass farmer that got his shit rocked. You know something I just thought about, too?
Yeah, what's up?
Pretty sure everybody else got, brought back by the Dragon Balls, right? Am I wrong?
Yes,
like everybody
pretty much. They
killed?
never show him, if that's what you're going to bring up.
No, but, like, when would a wish have brought the farmer back? Did they ever do a wish that was like, yo, anybody who the Saiyans killed? Or was it specifically Vegeta and Nappa? Because
but Raditz is a Saiyan, so it says Saiyans killed. I'm sure we could look that up, and they'll probably say that he is not there, but he is there.
I'd like an answer by tomorrow. You
can give him a call, Akira Toriyama.
I guess I'm going to have to. I want the answer
with
by
the whole
tomorrow.
thing going on in the world, it may be a little bit difficult.
I just care too much.
I understand. You were going to cosplay at the Anime Con, weren't you?
Yeah, until I didn't even check. I just assumed that Anime Boston was off.
No, I've been keeping up with Twitter, and a lot of people are pretty much complaining about, wow, I paid all this money, or I was taking all this time off to go down, and it seems like it's canceled.
Yeah, I'd like to think they give refunds, but I don't know. I don't want to get into too many like business politics.
Yeah, it's not our place. We're just here.
Don't
to talk
go
about
to
anime.
A convention right now. Things are not a convention accessible.
No, we need to have social distance, but believe it or not, me and Earthworm right now are pretty far apart.
Yeah,
and we haven't even touched each other today.
We're just two guys sitting in a room recording a podcast, 6 feet apart because we're social distancing.
Exactly.
So yeah,
and drinking tea.
Tea is delicious. Raspberry tea. All right, dude. Who's starting it off?
Well, you finished your honorable mention, so I figured I'll start off the top 10, and I'll go for my number 10, and then you go to your 10. We'll just go back and forth. How about that?
Hit me, baby, one more time.
All right, my 10th one is Tien from Dragon Ball Z.
Really? Tien? All the way up at
because
wow.
I want to mention his name, one of our friends.
Okay.
But,
Roberto.
Tien would beat Krillin's ass.
Yeah, no, I
said it.
Please, if anybody thinks differently, fucking bring it on. But
that's what I'm trying to. That's just a side note, but I'm just saying Tien has done more to me as a side character because not only has he shown how strong he is, capable of holding back Cell and Boo, and pretty much save the main cast and pretty much a lot of the people in Dragon Ball Z. And he's just a human. I mean, he can only go so far and all that stuff. He's been there from the beginning of Dragon Ball, just like Krillin and all that stuff.
Yeah.
He's a great side character and all that stuff. And I don't know. I think everything's cool. Him and Chiaotzu. I mean, I wish I could see more of Chiaotzu.
Yeah, Chiaotzu was really, really like cool in Dragon Ball for a minute.
But now he's
that was about it.
Yeah, now he's like obsolete. But Tien and all that stuff. I mean, he's number 10 because I have to just include him. It's just for what he's done. And I can't say it enough. Like, literally, he saves the day when all he can do is pretty much use a tri-beam. But that tri-beam held back Cell and Boo both times. And let me tell you, Boo is on a whole nother level.
Yeah, didn't Boo or it was right before he absorbed Ultimate Gohan?
Yes, he literally had like Gotenks, I think, Ultimate Gohan, I believe. I think he had everyone, Piccolo and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And he like kept he kept just knocking them down, all that. I mean, of course he didn't beat them, but I'm just saying the sheer determination to protect his friends and all that stuff. I mean, come on now. He's got to be a great side character. He's a human against Saiyans. Now gods are involved. He was in Dragon Ball Super. And they tried to make everyone, like, powerful again, Krillin and all that stuff, being able to keep up with Goku. But Tien will always be there in my mind.
I don't blame you. I like Tien a lot.
Yeah. And also he's voiced by Kurama. So that's also a bonus for Yu Yu Hakusho English dubs, if you didn't know. But I don't know about you. What is yours?
My number 10 is from a little-known anime that I've only talked about maybe once or twice. Gurren Lagann!
Oh, my God, yeah.
Yes, Gurren Lagann. As far as side characters go, there's a bunch to choose from. But I'm going to choose Nia.
You only get two.
I only chose one from Gurren Lagann.
What?
I only one.
After all your boister and buster about this.
Yeah. So the main characters... I guess there's kind of two protagonists, you could say. So I didn't want to choose either of them. Mm-hmm. But Simone and Kamina, I really like both of them. And, there are some other characters, but I think it was their dynamic with each other, kind of like we were talking with Demon Slayer.
So which one did you pick? Like, for now, is number 10?
Number 10 is Nia.
Nia.
Yeah, you'll figure it out. But either way, she comes into the story during a real dark part in the protagonist's life. And every character is in Gurren Lagann seems to be putting on some sort of face. Okay. They're acting brave when they're really scared, or they're acting like confident when they're really like super fucking unconfident.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but Nia is the one character that seems to be like just one track mind almost in a good way. She's saying, you got to get over things. She's the light at the end of the tunnel. She's trying to pick everybody up after tragedy just happened.
Right.
And after you see like her exact circumstances, she shouldn't be nearly as cheerful as she is.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's just the dynamic she brings to the story at the time she brought it. I think it was really cool, and she's a sweetheart. A little bit of waifu there.
The sweethearts always pick your fancy.
Yeah, but I think she stood out to me more than like I love Yoko and I love I think it was like the Black siblings or whatever. They're all dope, but yeah, Nia.
Okay.
All right, that's my number 10.
I feel ya. All right. Now we're going to number 9.
Number 9.
My number 9 is Rom from RE0.
Really, Rom, huh?
Not Rem, because one, I feel like that's your girl. One.
Thank you.
And two, I've gotten to see enough of her, see her die many times, got to see her fight and all that stuff that I feel like I did get. I still want to see her, but I've gotten my view of her enough. And Rom, I got to see not that much. Like, I asked you questions when we were watching it, like, why don't they show Rom? Or like there's like points where she's sitting on Rosero's like knee, and then he like does something to make her horn either appear or disappear. I don't remember.
Yeah,
like,
Roswald's trying to help her
Roswell,
regrow her
not Rose.
horn.
What I don't know.
I think that's what's going on. I think he's trying to help her regrow her horn.
That's what I mean. So it's just I want to know what's going on with her. You don't see her very much, and you can see that she's very sarcastic.
I love her sassy, sarcastic.
I love
attitude. It's
sassiness. I love that. And she just I find her fascinating. I want to know more about her. Red hair also helps. But basically, she's like the sister of Rem. I just want to know. And I think she's a great side character, and hopefully in the season 2 we'll get to see more of her, and see how it goes from there.
Yeah, I think she's going to be highlighted a little bit more in season 2. I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, and hopefully get to see her fight more. So.
Yeah, that'd be fair. I mean, the reason she didn't fight is because of the loss of horn, but I don't know, maybe she gets it back or something.
How did she lose the horn? See,
you don't remember when they were kids? They got stormed by the witch's cult.
Oh my God! Yeah,
that's why Rem is the way she is.
I'm sorry, I'm spacing. It's
okay. I'll forgive you.
See, you are actually remembering better than I am now.
Dude, my parents used to always say, like, I don't get how you can remember all these lyrics to these songs, but you can't remember if you have homework. So I think it's very similar.
Well, you just look at them and say, well, this is important.
Yeah, I actually give a shit about anime, but like, homework, whatever.
Yeah, math. But yeah, that's my number 9, and I would say more about her, but I don't know a lot about her, and that's the thing. So
it's the mystery that's really exciting.
Yeah, that's what. So
all right, yeah, I'll go with my number 9. I got someone you already brought up, Gohan from Dragon Ball Z. A lot of it's nostalgia because they really did his character dirty as Dragon Ball Z went on. But even rewatching it a few years ago, watching Gohan go fucking Super Saiyan 2, my dude, holy fuck, it was intense. And again, it's a lot of nostalgia because he was a little whiny. Goku really had to fucking push him. Yeah. But especially after he got his power, like he had like 10 minutes of being an absolute
did
badass.
Teach him the right way to do things. It's like, I don't know. I don't like that way.
Yeah, no, I feel you. And I always liked how he was like, he had more base strength than Goku.
Yes.
I always loved that idea of Goku was the strongest for this whole time, but like, holy shit, Gohan's...
And I think he has a more kinder heart than Goku. Because they even say you have a kind heart. Like Android
they made
16
Goku
said.
just a stupid kid. They turned Goku into Gon. And like, Gon is a sweetheart, but he also has like a shitty morality.
And he's
like
a kid.
Goku's kind of got like... Yeah, but Goku's a fucking full-blown adult.
Yeah.
You know?
But he hit his head.
Well, like, I feel like Gohan is, I don't know, maybe a little bit more human.
Yeah.
But just, he was my favorite as a kid, watching him go Super Saiyan 2, the one-handed fucking Kamehameha.
The emotional.
Yeah, he absolutely smashed Cell. And after seeing Goku go Super Saiyan, you're like, whoa, you know, what's he going to do?
How are we going to top this?
Huh? And then Gohan's like, hold on, let me flex on him.
Yeah. And then after that, I lost my Super Saiyan 2. What?
And I really liked Ultimate Gohan too. I mean, they did him fucking dirty because he fought Boo for like half an episode, and beat the shit out of him. And you're right, he got cocky because of power, and that seemed to be like a really, really constant theme in that.
In the Cell Saga,
arc.
Vegeta was cocky, and then he got beat because he's like, yeah, absorb the final one, and that's what happened. The whole Cell games.
Yeah, but Gohan's my only Dragon Ball Z character on here. You know, Vegeta's probably the best written, the most developed character.
I was going to ask you if you think that is technically a main character, because it's basically Goku and Vegeta now, like side by side.
In Super, sure, but Vegeta was definitely a side character throughout all of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But I'd say Vegeta's probably the most developed character. Watching him go from an evil fucking mass murderer to a house dad is kind of funny.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right. Well, all right, so we're on to number 8 now. For the top 10 favorite side characters, and I'm gonna go with Kurapika from Hunter x Hunter.
I like that. I like it. Yeah,
yeah. It's very, dude. This is hard. I mean, like, I didn't think this would be difficult, but yeah, when I had to think about all the Hunter x Hunter characters, Kurapika, we talk about it. We're ready for the manga to continue. I would like it to be an anime, but I'm ready for the next manga to come out that's pretty much following Kurapika as he's trying to get his brother's eyes back and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm super excited for the Kurapika
I like
arc.
everything about him. I like his commitment to, like, literally, he's willing to die to do this. So, like, he's got the most loyal and commitment I've ever seen in a character. He's got so much mystery, but he cares about his friends. And I don't know. He's great, and we all know what's probably going to happen to him, and that's even rougher. Yeah. But in a way, when characters, go, it makes him that much more better.
Everybody loves you more after you die, man. That's
exactly.
That's a
fact. Legends live on. Like, R.I.P. Iron Man. I'm just saying. But Kurapika, I him when he first, like, the first time I saw him, and when he was using the tonfas, I think, or the sticks and all that stuff, and how he was, I think he was a little snobbish. I didn't really think I was gonna like the character, and as it went on more and more, I was like, you know what, I want to see him more.
I like how he's able to be like a super dark character with a super dark goal, and he's just like, he's full of hatred and revenge, but when he sees his friends, he lightens up.
Exactly.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that's my number 8, and I can't wait to read on. So.
Yee. Okay, number 8, ESPN 8, The Ocho. I got Roy Mustang from Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh.
Dude, this guy, so my Full Metal Alchemist journey is like a year or two ago, I started watching it with my girlfriend.
Did you start right back to the beginning, or did you?
No, I didn't start. That's where I'm getting at. I didn't start from the beginning. I got like 18 episodes in. I remembered the big talking points, and there's even a quick little recap episode somewhere in there. Okay. It gives you enough information to make it worth watching, but it helped with me.
So I should probably... Oh, no, I'm going to start from the beginning.
You start from the beginning. Yeah. But I had already seen, I had I had an idea of what was happening.
Okay.
So whenever I started watching it back in the day, I was like, everybody, I don't like these characters. The character designs weren't exciting for me. Apparently that was super important to me 2 years ago. It was character designs.
Really?
I thought like Roy Mustang and Major Armstrong. I'm like, oh, these guys are stupid. What the hell's going on? Where's the spiky hair? What am I here for?
Yeah.
But dude, after coming back and watching fucking Roy, man. Oh, he is such a badass. He's called the Flame Alchemist for a reason.
Right.
And like alchemy, you have to draw the alchemy circle to make anything work.
Right.
And his way around it is he's got a glove with the alchemy circle on it, and he's got like kerosene soaked into it or something.
Whoa.
Yeah, so he has the glove, he's got the alchemy circle, he snaps to make it work, and then he fucking can make flames come out. Oh. And he's fucking brutal, man. Like, he seems like a real calm, collected guy most of the time, but when he confronts his enemies, dude, he's absolute savage. I think
actually you watching some animes before that actually helped you, like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just super biased. I didn't like the idea of everything that was going on in Full Metal. I expected more of a high fantasy type thing, I guess is what I was looking for. And that's not what it is. It's very World War I era kind of.
Do they have any slice of life in it, really, in a way, or not really? It's more of like war.
No, I wouldn't. I mean, there's a couple moments, as in any shonen, where it shows the characters doing stuff, but there's one overarching plot throughout the 64 episodes, and everything they do in between is finding out a little bit more. It starts out as them finding out how to get their bodies back, and through that they find out all this crazy convoluted conspiracy stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so the more they try to find out, the more there is to find out. But Roy is just like straight up, he's trying to be the Führer, he's trying to be the leader of this country. And he's an ex-war veteran. He slaughtered a bunch of people in this war that they had going on that was really unjustified, but he didn't let it like depress him. He saw it as not, I don't know, I don't want to say it, he saw it as necessary. He wasn't proud of what he did in the least bit, but he didn't let it stop him from getting to his goals. Yeah. And after seeing how absolutely savage he can be when you fucked with his friends, which he considered family type shit.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, and it wasn't just power of friendship type stuff. It was like actual emotional, like breaking down and just losing your shit.
Okay.
Yeah, so Roy, dude, like I think you're gonna really like Roy.
Oh, I'm kind of excited, and I'm ready to do it. I wish you were just so fast, and it probably helped that you were home more than me.
Yeah, dude, I fucking blew through it in like 4 days.
That's incredible. But...
Yeah, it was really good though, and that's a testament to how good it is. I'd throw Full Metal in my top 5.
Oh,
it hasn't broken the top 3 yet.
And see, we said that everyone's going to be joining us on our journey. We kind of admit it. If you remember from our first episode, we had certain top 5s, and now you're saying you could place it in your top 5.
Well, we did our top 3s for our shows, so it hasn't broken the top 3 yet.
But it's in top 5. It's
still Hunter, Hunter, Gurren Lagann, and Yu Yu Hakusho.
No, I know, but it made it in the top 5, and that's something.
No, and honestly, like after that, it's probably like Fate Zero and Full Metal kind of going up and down.
Yeah, Fate's always
because I might get a lot of hate for this, but the one thing. Full Metal's ending was super hyped up, and it's not like a super visual spectacle of a fight. It's just kind of the culmination of everything that's happening is what was hyped, and I guess I was expecting more of like a crazy like crazy more hand-to-hand combat type stuff, and it wasn't so much that, but it was good. I guess I was a little disappointed, but that's unfair.
Hey, it happens, man.
Shit happens. Who snaps harder than Thanos? My number 8, Roy Mustang.
Well, Iron Man snaps better. But, anyway, so we're gonna go to top 7 and
7th inning stretch.
7th inning. I need to stretch.
I wonder if I'm gonna come up with a stupid little saying to say before each number.
If you can do that now, I mean, I'm gonna be proud of you. I was gonna say 7 for 7 Deadly Sins and just name a bunch of animes, but I don't know if there's one with
that was my 7th inning stretch, and ESPN 8 the Ocho, and
see, you're doing good so
far. I'm trying.
I'll work with what I can, but my number 7 is gonna be Nobunaga Oda. Oda Nobunaga, either way you say it, from Drifters.
Nice.
And I've heard a lot, especially from listening to other podcasts and stuff like that, that people love Nobunaga, and they have every right to be.
I've heard he's an absolute fucking badass in that show,
he's voiced by the guy that voices Madara. Great voice actor. I keep forgetting the guy's name, but man, he performs to a whole new level with Nobunaga because he has to laugh. He's cynical. He's kind of crazy, but he's also a fucking genius. The man, pretty much, since he survived the whole real life thing that happened to him where Mishihide, burned his temple down, and he actually gets, in real life he did get burned up, I think die and all that stuff. But he got away with it, so he's now remembers all his past mistakes and uses it in this new war, this new world, and actually uses the shit that we used against him in battles to help him now and his forces.
That makes sense. Did I hear something about poop grenades or poop bombs?
Oh my god! Yes,
like dung bombs.
This boy is doing like all the stuff that like they did in Vietnam. Like he put spikes down, like spike traps, and he laced them with shit.
Punji pits or something.
Oh
like
my
that,
god!
Dude?
So people fall in, and they get infected with the shit. He then also like take a bunch of dead bodies, put them in a big area, like on the ground or something like that. Let them just get festered, so that, deteriorate.
Yeah.
And the smell was ungodly, but he's like, all the sulfur and all that stuff and all the gases, natural gases that come out of it, he would then use to make black powder.
Ooh.
In the world where they didn't have black powder.
Yeah. So he made gunpowder. I'm getting pretty much
like goosebumps just thinking about it. This boy was a genius and all that, and like he just brought in a new tactic to all these things where these demons and stuff they're fighting have never seen before. And he's not the guy in the forefront doing all the work. That's Toyohisa, the main character.
Yeah.
But he don't want to be king. He wants him to be king, and he said, but he needs a good advisor, and that's my job.
That makes sense. I mean, after what happened to you, maybe being king's not the best idea.
Exactly. And the first thing you meet him is he blames immediately, he's like, what did my son do? And he finds out that his son, committed suicide after his supposed death. Oof. And he later reflects about it and thinks, this whole time I thought my son betrayed me. And that's how far I was in my mind, where I started thinking everyone was turning on me, but my son actually was the only one that cared about me. He starts really realizing he had a wrong way of thinking.
Yeah. So there's some real development there from an ancient
great
history.
Side character. And this is supposed to have a season 2. So basically it kind of just ended on a big well, what happens next? And you just got to wait. But I heard it's coming out next year, and it's going to be great, and I highly recommend it.
It's weird, man. A bunch of the 2016 animes have sequels coming out this year.
Oh, great animation, too. Great animation.
But Drifters is 2016, and that's coming out this year. That was 2016, right? Or was
2016, I believe.
Might have been 2018.
I don't know. I know it's been a long wait. Let me tell you right now.
Yeah, it's been a minute. But ReZero, speaking of that, not until April. And not
it got delayed.
Yeah, it got delayed. But either way, from whenever in 2016 to April 2020 when they expected to have it.
And when they said season 2 was coming, they technically cheated in a way that said it was coming in 2000, and then they gave it X's to show it can be any time in 2000 something. Yeah. So some people say, well, it won't be 2025, 2022, 2000. So really, I don't know, but it's coming. They said, just you gotta wait. But Nobunaga, number 7.
Okay, feel that. Mm-hmm. All right, my number 7. It's my girl Rem, dude.
Ooh.
She's not just a waifu to me. Watching her go into the woods and beat the shit out of those dogs.
That's right.
With them fucking giant chain flail or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's badass, dude. She was fucking awesome. Watching her go insane with the demon horn shit.
Yeah. Didn't she laugh too?
Yeah, as much as I may or may not seeing Rem titties, can the figure makers out there make a fucking PVC figure, whatever it is, of Rem with her demon horn and her fucking flail?
Yeah, that's all we want.
Because I'm fine with beach suit Rem or whatever, and fucking wedding Rem, but I would like to see bloody fucking demon crazy Rem.
Yeah, badass Rem.
That would be that's honestly my favorite Rem.
Yeah,
and she's just fucking sweet, dude. And I like her character. I like the whole self-sacrifice thing. She went through trauma, and she's slowly growing. And I hope that she realizes that Subaru's never going to be the one for her and moves on and finds somebody to make her happy. But
from what I heard about the manga, she doesn't.
No, she's just going to keep getting hurt and used. And
what kind of example is that setting though? Too, it sucks.
No, I know. And as much admiration as I have for Rem, again, I've said it before. Baby girl, what you doing?
Move on.
You gotta
leave him.
I know
he ain't worth it.
What you're doing is so admirable, but it's also really stupid.
Yeah,
and maybe that's it. Maybe I don't know. I like Rem. Yeah, I get the hate for it.
I said, I didn't touch that because I figured it was your area, so I put Rom in there. But she's definitely in there. I should have said honorable mention, but
Yeah. No, she's just a goddamn sweetheart. There's not much more I can say about Rem. I've gushed about her for at least a couple episodes.
Yeah, no worries on that. So I guess the next one is 6.
Number 6. I got nothing. Funny.
Shit.
I see. I got one saved up for 3 or 2 or
6 for that, Six Flags. Boom. There we go.
See, I can't even think of the Six Flags theme, or I'd start singing it.
No, I don't know the Six Flags theme.
I just keep going to.
I was gonna say 666, but then I'm like, am I gonna do that? And I just did it now.
Y'all ready for this?
So number 6 I have is going to be my crush, and it's Asuna. Side character. She was going to be higher, but then I really thought about all my other side characters, and I'm like, I'm sorry, girl.
So you like her as a character, but she's a better waifu.
Yes, but since she is technically a side character, and then I asked because in Assassination she kind of takes more of a front role with Alice and stuff like that. You kind of actually get to see everyone else other than Kirito in the second season.
Kirito is the main character of Sword
Yes,
Art
he's
Online.
just dumb in that second season because he can't talk. So
I can't wait until
all you haters will love that. I know you guys will. I like it, but also I want him back. But
baby,
Asuna,
come back.
Yeah, baby, you come back. But Asuna is just great, and you see her even further show her love for Kirito as she delves into his isolation and goes into the underworld to save him. And now she's the one saving him. And so
the Terrans have tabled.
Yes, exactly. And she's pretty much a badass. And of course, it ends on a big cliffhanger again because there's supposed to be a second part to the second season.
Oh, for sure.
So, but other than that, yeah, through everything, all the seasons, all the movies, I've always liked her. You get to know about her story. She comes from a rich family and stuff like that. But her mom is pretty much like any kind of rich family usually decides she has to pretty much do what they tell her. Like, you're not going to be destined to do this. You're going to be destined to be a rich, like, I forgot what they want her to be, but she wants to be with Kirito and live like a normal life.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, you're not going to live. And I can understand when parents want to dictate what you're going to do. It's rough.
Oh, yeah.
And so, and I think she's a great side character. And she's even, I mean, if they made just a story about her being badass, I'd be fine with that too. So
I'd probably prefer that. Asuna is honestly my favorite thing from Sword Art Online.
Yeah, isn't it? Because she also sweet and all that
she's
stuff.
Sweet.
But
she's
she can get physical
shit,
if she wants to. Like, she gets pretty, badass in this too.
Yeah, well, the first time you saw her, she was kicking the shit out of something. So
yeah, but the problem now I am seeing that I didn't like is the harem effect did take into this assimilation where
there's an actual harem now.
Well, you know how everyone seems to fall for Kirito?
Yeah.
Well, all of a sudden, that guy's been dumb for, like, the whole season.
Yeah.
And finally, Asano shows up to save him, and Alice has been protecting him because he protected her while he was able to function.
Okay.
And essentially, first thing she does, she wants to see her husband because they are married.
Oh, yeah.
And stuff. Yeah, I know. A lot of things have happened, man. And basically, Alice is like, who are you? Don't get near my Kirito.
Oh, fuck.
And they have a little, like, girl fight. And I'm sitting here like, I think it's funny because they're both explaining why they like him because he did do a lot for Alice. And she doesn't know, so I'm not going to get defensive. But immediately I'm in front of Austin like, girl, you don't know what they've been through and all that stuff. But that's what, and then all of a sudden, two servant girls that have been taking care of Kirito while he's like, they're like, well, we take care of him, so we like him too. And it's like, okay, don't do this right now. He's not even functioning right now. So yeah, I hate that part, but
I get you.
Either way, I'm getting on a tangent.
Got a lot of that, like tsundere, like, oh, I don't care if you like him, and then I'm getting super jealous about it.
Yeah.
I don't mind that aspect. I mean, you really have to be able to get over it at some point if you're going to watch anime.
No, and I push it at my, and that's why I can chuckle. I do chuckle at
it.
It's almost like a joke.
But it's... every now and then they just beat the shit out of that trope, and it's like, all right, can we have some sort of development about this relationship?
Exactly.
One way or the other, either they like.
And I mean, if you're gonna put
Austin
and Kirito, like, they're known as the power couple. It's the one thing everyone knows about SAO.
Yeah.
Really, essentially. So there's no argument there. Back off, Alice. Anyway, so that's it for me on 6.
That's number 6. Okay, my number 6. Here we go. Boom. Teresa the Faint Smile from Claymore. I'm going to tell you again, watch Claymore. 26 episodes of fucking awesome. And, yeah, again, kind of like Rom with you, man. We only got to see Teresa for 2 or 3 episodes at most.
I know.
Dude, and she was fucking bad.
You already told me what happened.
I told you.
So at least I won't get too hooked on her.
No, but I mean, Jesus Christ, man. Like, she is the most lasting thing I can remember from that show. She stuck out the most.
With only 2-3 episodes, too.
Yeah, no, she was just...
Goddamn.
Well, I mean, there's this fucking power that they all have. They're like half demons, and the reason she was called of the faint smile or whatever is because she'd always have this like half-cocked fucking like corner of her mouth smile, and she looked super beautiful because when you use the demon power, it makes you look kind of like a demon.
Yep.
Well, but she never had to use it, so she always looked fucking pristine. And she was as powerful as I told you. She was taking on like the next 5 top claymores below her, all by herself. No demon power whatsoever. It's like, holy fuck, dude.
I just want to know how she got her head cut off.
Straight up. Dude, and see, that's
spoilers.
And that's the crazy thing, and that blew my fucking mind, dude. Like, I was like, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way that this could actually happen.
Yeah.
And it happened. And then the rest of the series is dope. And she was, Teresa, she, like, rebelled against the fucking Claymore organization to take care of this little girl because she knew it was right. And it's like, I like seeing that. I like seeing people who have been murderers their entire life kind of flip the switch.
Change of heart, yeah.
Yeah, it's like my girlfriend really loves Piccolo because of that. Because he was a fucking asshole and hating on Goku and just wanting to kill people.
Then becomes a father.
And then it was like, I got to take care of Gohan and I'm going to be a super dad.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah, I wish there was more to say about Teresa, man. I mean, there's a lot more to say about like everything she inspired.
But that's
throughout.
why you want to know more about. You wish you got to see more.
Yeah, exactly. And she was just fucking cool, man. I mean, my second favorite character from that show would be Claire, but she's the main character, so I couldn't throw her in.
I got you.
She had a lot of development through it. It was subtle, but it was good.
Okay. Well, it's going to have to be up there for me. I got a big list, but we'll get to it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just looking for a quick fucking battle shonen that's 26 episodes and has some big swords and big monsters, I mean, it's good, dude. It's got enough substance to be like, yeah, all right, this is a really good
anime. I'm already liking Demon Slayer, so it's probably going to be pretty close after Full Metal.
Yeah, I feel that.
But now we are on to $5 foot long.
I was thinking Five Guys Burgers and Fries, which is funny because I actually like
the Subway theme better. But well, you ruined it for me now.
Yeah, we're doing our best. I hope to God we don't get sued for any of this.
Oh man, I forgot about that. Oh well,
shit.
I was talking about my dick, so don't worry about that.
Oh
yeah, slogan.
Yeah. We're gonna get sued for a different reason now.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, the number 5 for me is going to be Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho. And
really? Only number 5?
Only number 5.
You gotta be kidding. Dude, I've known you for fucking almost 20 years.
Listen, man, nostalgia can't carry you the whole time.
No, but like, I had to leave Hiei off this list because of the 2-character thing, and I only really took him off this list because I knew you were gonna have him. But it was him and another guy. I'm not hating. I'm surprised.
I could move. I'm gonna say he's
in
the top 5.
Don't
That's
move him on
because
don't move him on behalf of me. I'm just saying, I
what do I
thought
have to
Hiei
say?
would be. I thought Hiei was pushing for number 1.
No. He would never be number 1, and I'm sorry.
Oh no, all right. Yeah. Just hit me with the Hiei.
No, I love Hiei, and it's like one. He's got. There's only 3 things he cares about now, as near the end of the show. Basically.
Yeah, by the end of the show.
Yeah, he basically cares about his friends. He actually does get friends.
Yeah.
His sister, and pretty much his privacy. Those are the 3 things that are
and his woman. I don't want to spoil nothing. If you haven't watched Yu Yu Hakusho, you're 20-something years too late.
We'll put that in there as friends.
Show.
Maybe
the people he cares for.
People he cares for. There's only 3 things. He starts out, though, is you almost think he's going to be the bad guy. You think he's going to get killed. You think him and Yusuke are going to duke it out.
You want to know a little fun fact real quick?
What?
He was actually written, I learned this, he was written in as a monster of the week. He was supposed to be beaten.
Someone that's beaten and all that stuff,
he was supposed to be, after he got beat by Yusuke the first time, he was never supposed to come back. And remember how there was a big arc in between?
Yeah.
The fans wrote into Shonen Jump or something. They were like, we want Hiei. Is he coming back? He was really cool.
Yeah.
So they brought him back.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I always thought that because I always wonder when you go to the world, the tournament and stuff, the dark tournament, you wonder how did he get involved? Because it seemed like after him and Yusuke fight, he wouldn't be in it. It's they really did just write it off pretty quickly.
No, I mean the in-show reason was to give Hiei to write off his crimes.
Yeah.
In Spirit World, they were gonna, all right, you help these guys out, and we'll write off your crimes. And then the dark tournament was. Because that was Mae's castle. In the Dark Tournament, they really didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't have said no to Toguro if
they
wanted
to. I'm glad they kept him around. But yeah, it's just he came a long way. And as you know, when he goes through Mae's castle, even Kurama says he's starting to like you. You can just see him. The walls start coming down a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's why I've always liked him. I also like the edgy guys. I always liked him. I like swordsman. He's a fucking swordsman. And now we're hearing that there's going to be a sideshow between him and Kurama and all that stuff, and I'm psyched. So I don't even need, as much as you love Yusuke, I don't need to see him. I mean, just Hiei and Kurama's enough. Just enough about their backstories. Anything would drive me in, and that's why I think he's such a great side character. But that being said, man, yeah, there's just so many others I have that finally beat him. It's nostalgia. I always would pick Hiei. I remember we said we were going to cosplay as Kurama and Hiei one time.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not shorter than you.
That
would have been difficult.
Look past it.
No,
I feel you. I really, really like Hiei, man. And the last watch through of Yu Yu Hakusho, he really pushed up.
And it's been a while since I've watched it again. So if I watched it again, we all are. If we watch something fresh, we're now oh, he's my favorite.
Yeah, no.
But I got to hold strong and say he's definitely worth top 5. He's one of my favorite characters.
I will tell you, though, even after watching 30 other animes, he holds up as an absolute badass.
Yes, that's true.
He really does. Even though the fucking animation was shitty in the Dark Tournament,
yes,
he was, holy fuck, dude. I would not have.
And the love for his sister, too. I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah, and the decision at the end to not ever tell her that he's her brother.
Because she thinks that she'd be better off.
Yeah.
And I can appreciate it.
Yeah, it's not the thing you'd expect to happen, but it's a decision that's interesting.
Yeah, but that's it for me. What about yours?
For number 5, it's funny. We're sticking to Yu Yu Hakusho because I got my boy Jin the Windmaster.
Ooh,
I fucking love Jin.
I
the
like
Windmaster,
to say it to you now.
See, and that's the thing.
I like the accent there.
I probably like him better because of the English dub, but whoever decided to give that guy a fucking Irish accent,
perfect.
It was the smartest idea they've ever made. He was so fucking funny,
he
dude.
Says, Yusuke, why'd you gotta go do something like that, Yusuke? You can't be going down there swinging your...
And maybe that's why I like him, because he's so very similar to Yusuke. He's just looking for true freedom, and he just wants to feel fucking that he's not trapped down by anything. His powers are really cool, and
he loves to fly.
Funny, dude.
Yeah.
He's just like you said, with the accent and the fucking you don't make bombs go boom in your face, Yusuke. It's so funny, man. And again, I probably wouldn't like him as much without the accent, but that accent pushes him up.
But once the dub was
great,
yeah, it just showed you.
And to seeing him come back at the tournament at the end, the last arc, and actually see, I don't think he won anything, or he might have been the only guy who won in that tournament. But
yeah,
seeing him come back was really cool.
Yeah. He's not even in it that much, but you would like to see him more. So
yeah, no, he was wicked cool, man. He was probably my favorite guy in the Dark Tournament that they fought. Like, I really like Chu as well, the drunken Aussie. He was cool. But Jin, dude, he makes me laugh. He's a badass fighter. I don't know. He's cool, man. Top 5.
Yeah.
And I love Yu Yu Hakusho, so like it helps. He's the guy I ousted Hiei for because it was only 2.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know JD's gonna bring up Hiei.
Well, we could have had the same one. Like I said, if we had the same ones, whatever.
Yeah, but I wanted to talk about a couple different things, and I already knew if we end up overlapping, that's fine. But I already knew you were gonna have Hiei, so I was like, you know what? I'll get a chance to talk about him. But yeah, if it was whatever, no limit on series, then Hiei would definitely be in here for me, without a doubt.
All right.
Number 4?
So we're on number 4.
Number 4.
It's my favorite number. I don't have to say anything more.
Here we go.
It's number 4. Yeah, you see that rhyme? Anyway, but my number 4 is going to be Shiro Emiya. But it is the Archer version. I mean, it's the same character.
I was going to say, because Shiro's the goddamn main character. So.
But this is where I make my own rules. Like you said, we make our own rules.
You need to start calling him Archer. You just
well, if I call him Archer, then you mean Fate Zero Archer?
No, because everybody calls him Gilgamesh. I'm telling you, if you call him Archer now.
Okay, well, I'm going to call him Archer then. So I'm sorry if I said Shiro Emiya, even though that's his goddamn real name. He is not the main, protagonist in that because he's technically his future self. But I want
Splitting hairs here, bud.
I just want a prequel about what Shiro went through in this wasteland world. Like, what did he do? How many favors did he do? How much did he try to be the guy that he thought his father wanted him to be?
How long did it take before he really got broken?
Before he got betrayed. I want to see him. It's kind of like you want to see how this all went down. How fucked up did it get?
I'd love them to explain it a little bit more. Maybe I just didn't catch on, but I've watched Fate Unlimited Blade Works fucking twice, and I don't know, the ending and the whole Shiro thing. I mean,
you understand why he didn't like his past self.
Maybe it's the logistics of it. It's the details. It's the Nen, how anything you need to know about Nen, it's actually written down about.
Yeah.
This was kind of like, and I did a bunch of favors for people, and it's like, well, what
and then
what exactly did you do?
The more favors he did for him, they started thinking like he was doing it for deeper reasons, and they killed him because they thought that he was doing it for
And again,
it's like, what reason?
And who's they? Is this God? If it would have told me straight out this is God, then I would be like, holy fuck, this is really, really, really cool.
But didn't you see he was in front of something that was
and that's my problem with Unlimited Blade Works. That's why I like Zero better, because Unlimited Blade Works kind of took that whole the Grail has a mind of its own, and was like, holy fuck, you just said that? Run it, boys, run the presses. We're running wild with this one.
But we also haven't seen Heaven's Field, the third part. Maybe it will further explain.
We do got to track down those movies, man.
Well, I know.
Well, that's another thing, too. They literally, in Fate Zero, they were like, maybe you'll reach Heaven's Field. And they've never talked about it since.
Yes, they talk about it.
So I hope to fucking God these movies explain it.
Yeah, and it's just, that's what I mean. I mean, he's also a badass, but I want to see what changed him, because I don't like the past Shiro as much. Like you said, he's kind of like, all right, Shiro's all right, but then his future self, what he became, is more intriguing to me.
Yeah, at some point you got to learn that.
And he saw his own flaws.
Yeah, ideals can't change the world by themselves, and I like how Kiritsugu figured that out. And
it's a little bit late, but he
at least he figured it out. I don't know, maybe Emiya just he didn't have any sort of growth. By the end of it, he was just like, well, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing and hope that
he did the whole well, you can't, I'm gonna not be like that.
He wasn't the worst character ever, but I don't know, you're right though. Archer fucking Shiro, and even Archer Shiro knowing how bad it's gonna go and being able to be like, you know what, Rin, try to take care of him, don't let him become who I was.
That's all he could hope for.
Yeah.
But that's mine. See how I put him at 4?
Yeah, okay, I get that. My number 4. I got someone you've already brought up, but here we go. Kurapika.
Oh, you put him up look at that, dude, number 4.
I struggled. I took him off the list, and then I put him back on the list, and I took him back off the list, and I'm sitting there going like,
come on, you have to put him on the list.
Yeah, dude. Like, I really, really liked Kurapika. Like, and I guess I didn't realize how much I liked him until I started, like, thinking about all the crazy shit that he's doing.
Yep.
And really reading into what's happening on the current arc going on. The fucking boat arc, the secession arc.
Yep.
And, like, realizing how much he's actually sacrificed.
Yeah.
Is sacrificed.
That's what I was trying to bring up earlier, was, like, his commitment to everything. He's willing to give up his life to do this shit.
And I think he's a really good representation of what constant rage can do to somebody. Even if you, on the outside, look like you're doing fine, and you're just, you're laughing with your friends and everything, it shows Kurapika, and it doesn't actually show what he's doing, but towards the end of the Chimera Ant arc, or at the end of it, it shows him, and they're calling him, and he's got almost all the eyes behind him, but he's not answering the phone, and he's got to do his job stare. Yeah. So it shows that with that much hatred, you have to shut some part of yourself off at some point. Yeah. And I think it really represents it well. And I love...
That's almost like a Sasuke.
Kinda, yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, it's not.
But at least, Kurapika's not being an actual...
And he won't try to kill his friends.
Yeah, he's not trying to kill his friends. He's not being an outward dick. He's just isolating himself because of what is going on with him. And yeah, finding out that Emperor Time takes like a minute off his life.
And he's been going how long?
Every minute it takes like an hour off his life or a day.
He's been using it for like 2 hours, I think.
He used the shit out of that motherfucker. Yeah. Dude, it's nuts, man.
He did the math. I don't know what the math is. When I read the book, I remember, I'm like doing the math in my head. I'm like, this boy ain't going to last like 2 years.
No, not at all.
I was like, what the fuck?
And the culmination, and maybe it might be a little bit to do with being excited, but what's about to come with the culmination of the Phantom Troop being on the boat, Kurapika being on the boat, and the secession arc. Dude, I'm so excited. Like, if Togashi ever ends up finishing this, it will be a fucking masterpiece. Like, if we never get to the Dark Continent, I think this will be enough. Yeah. And that's all because,
you mean just the traveling to the Dark Continent?
Yeah, well, that's what they're doing. Yeah, that's what they're doing right now on the boat.
So you say they just end there and not even get to the Dark... That'd be enough for you? Because I feel like...
If it's done the way that it's kind of shaping out in my head, as cool as it can be, is amazing, all the crazy shit. Because you got Hisoka, you got the Phantom Troop with Crollo included, you got fucking Kurapika, you have all the secession arc people, and remember the long redheaded dude? Yes. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with, dude. I'm telling you. Like,
I think all those people are gonna fight each other. I think at some point.
Especially after watching a couple YouTube videos about the secession arc. Like, he's scary, dude. Like, he's one of those artist type that will just like rip people open because it's quote unquote beautiful. And like he learned Nen, or he's being taught Nen, and his Nen beast is that fucking creepy horse thing. And I just watching Kurapika be the center of all this, it's going to be fucking phenomenal. Like, if people don't give Kurapika the love that he deserves now, then they will.
The fans say they want to see more of him.
Yeah, he's super popular, man. Yeah. No, I love him. I think he's dope.
All right, well, we're getting into the big ones now. This is the number 3.
Top 3. Pick number 3, my lord.
Yes, 3 Musketeers. But my number 3 is going to be Itachi Uchida.
Ooh, Itachi.
The actual hero of Naruto, in a way. True hero. The one true hero. I can't do him justice about how much this man really thought ahead and how much pain this man had to endure just to try to... He thought what he was doing was going to save the village, save everything. It didn't go the way he thought, because he also didn't think about this whole Madara thing. Like, he didn't think about everything, but he thought as best as he could. Literally, he was the hero this story deserved. And... I was a hater. I was like, this boy's a douche. I was like, why is he doing this? Like, I was like, I would ask you all the time.
Me being spoiler boy and just kind of reading up on shit.
You'd be like, oh yeah, don't worry, you're going to like him. And I'm like, yeah. And then it just kept going. I'm like, bro, I still hate him. I'll just keep watching. I still hate him. And then all of a sudden it just all floods with me. And then you finally get to see him as a little boy. Like, he's basically his first like view of war is he's going around with everyone laying on a battlefield dead. And he's basically going to help this ninja and all that stuff help, and he's going to give him water. The ninja says thank you, and then he sees his headband, and then immediately tries to kill him. And Itachi doesn't understand. He's like, I'm trying to save you. I don't care. And before he he's going to kill Itachi as a little boy, his dad comes and stabs him, kills him. And Itachi's he's blown away. From the get-go, he's just like, why'd he do that? And he's like, this is war. This is what happens. It doesn't matter if you're a good person or you have something in common with someone. You literally, it's war. You for this clan, you fight against this clan. Is that it? And it's just amazing how Itachi saw between the lines that, why can't we all just, care about each other? I don't want war. It just makes everything. He's like, we live and we die. That's all he grew up knowing. We live, we die. We live, we die. We live, we die. But somehow, over the years, he just was like, I'm going to make sure Sasuke, my brother, lives. And it's just so much more to it, and it's emotional, and the brotherhood thing and all that stuff. And
isn't it kind of ironic how the people who hate war the most and don't understand it are also the people who are like, I need to murder half of the world to make peace.
And then in the end, he massacres his whole village.
Massacre all these people. And then everything will be fine. I promise.
Essentially, there was going to be a big civil war if he didn't do it, because essentially the Leaf Village was going to fight them. It was going to spread. It was just going to be bad. And then the Uchidas wanted to use the Nine-Tailed Fox because they have the Sharingan.
Oh, jeez.
It gets so deep, and I don't know. Itachi, man, he grew to be one of my favorites, and he was very powerful too.
Yeah,
boy has got some skill. Let me tell you. And I'm hoping you're going to see more of him down the line.
That's what I'm excited to get to. I'm excited to get to the Akatsuki and all that shit.
And I'm going to wait for your text eventually when they get to the brotherly stuff and be like, hey, man, just want to let you know I appreciate you. Just
crying right now, dude. No, dude, even I've seen the little gif of him poking Sasuke in the head. And God. I've never seen that actual scene, but even my heart was like, whoa,
Oh, they do it well, too.
I'm gonna cry.
And then Sasuke kind of ruins it. But anyway.
Fucking bitch.
Yeah. But that's number 3 for me.
All right. My number 3 is sticking with Hunter x Hunter right here.
Yep.
We got Killua. Yeah. Yeah.
Just let you know it's the next one. So we can both talk about it. That's my number 2.
We'll talk about him now, dude. He's such a badass. He's such a badass little dude with a bunch of human emotions, even though he was trained to be an assassin from the time he was born.
Yep.
All he's ever wanted was friends, and he sticks true to that.
Been tortured since he was young.
Yeah, he sticks true to helping his friends out until he finds a goal of his own, and then he sticks true to that.
And that's being with his sister.
Yeah,
and taking care of her.
He develops like crazy throughout the show.
Yep.
He's just a really good character, and I cannot understate badass. He's such a fucking badass.
Yeah, when he flips the switch back on, it's like, oh my god. You see, you forget that he had the switch.
Yeah,
because he's trying to be human again. And then someone pisses him off.
Yeah, and even when he was using the yo-yos before he got all God's lightning, he was beating the shit out of people with yo-yos.
And we do like yo-yos.
Yeah, dude. He's awesome.
Yeah, and another thing is he definitely got the bromance with his buddy, but what he does for his friends, we can't say it enough. It's just that's why Killua is who he is. He's amazing.
No, dude, as much as I love Gon, Gon's my favorite from that show, and it's pretty simple reasons. But the show wouldn't have been what it was without Killua.
Yeah,
without Killua there, as much as I hate to say it, I love Kurapika, but you could have taken him out of the show and made it work. But without Killua, there is no Hunter x Hunter the way we know it.
And let's not forget, this character actually changes uniforms. He actually wears other clothes.
He changes clothes all the time.
He's a pimp.
All the time. He be dressing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The next episode, he's just wearing a tee, and I'm just like, what are you doing?
Call me ranch, because I be dressing.
Doesn't he wear a tank top too? I think in one part.
I
think he was wearing a black tank top. I believe. I don't remember.
Oh, dude, he was dripped.
He's styling on him.
What's the kids say now? They were dripping, or I don't know.
I don't follow that.
Whatever.
No, but yeah, he's great, and I'm hoping. I mean, I don't think we're gonna see a lot of him, but I hope that they will further a little story about what him and Aluka have been doing.
That would be nice.
Aluka or Aluka?
Aluka.
Yep. But I just hope they do that.
That would be nice. I'm any Hunter x Hunter at this point. I don't know. I haven't checked if he's started writing again, but I know all of 2019. I don't think he wrote a damn.
And 2020's been a douchebag. So
yeah, 2020's kind of fucked us in the mouth. So the chances of us getting more Hunter x Hunter is pretty slim the way things are going.
Yeah. All right.
Fuck. All right. So that was your number 2.
Yeah. So you can jump right to your number 2.
All right. My number 2, and I've been waiting since the start of this podcast to really be able to talk and gush about this fucking guy. He's from Fate Zero. JD, you know who I'm talking about, buddy. Ryder from Fate Zero. Iskandar the Conqueror. He's one of my favorite characters of all time.
Yep.
And I'm so happy we're talking about side characters and the fact that he wasn't a main character.
Yeah.
so I can fucking talk about him today, man. The confidence he exudes without being an idiot, because a lot of like anime guys, they're confident but they're stupid.
Yeah, they don't realize. Yeah.
But no, Iskandar just being, confidence is the true word, man. Like charisma score maxed out.
He believes 100%.
Yeah, he walks up to Gilgamesh and fucking who else? Saber, and he's like, you spill this wine is your blood. And then Gilgamesh smashes it, and he's like, fine then. I said this wine is your blood. If he will spill it, then I will spill yours, or something crazy like that. And his dynamic with Waver.
And doesn't he's the one that says, I offer an alliance.
Yeah, he was like, why don't you fight for me? We can conquer the world. He didn't even care about the Grail. He just wanted the world.
Yeah, he just like, that's what I do is I conquer.
And I don't like people ripping apart Saber, but like the things he said to Saber were like legit,
Yeah.
Being a king of only ideals isn't helping anybody. You have to take true action.
And she got hit with the words. She's
she
like,
did.
Oh, these words, they cut deep.
But dude, he's such a fun-loving dude, even though the Holy Grail War is going on. He wants to play video games, and he's excited about the world.
See the world, yeah.
He's just like a big kid.
He's reading books and all that.
Yeah, he's got
stuff.
the fucking t-shirt on.
Isn't it a unicorn?
No, it's from the war video game.
Oh, okay.
It's like some Conquer the World video game that he's been playing.
Yeah.
And then him with Waver and how he inspired Waver to grow as a character.
Yeah.
Like Waver grew to a completely different person because of having Ryder as his master. And it was awesome, man. Like I like Waver, but I have to attribute everything to Ryder. So that's why.
Yeah, because Waver wasn't the best character. I didn't find him that great.
When he developed in the beginning, I was like,
between them together, that's what made it better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Ryder taught him that it's not all about what people think of you, but what you think of yourself, type shit. And he charges into battle knowing full well that he is not going to make it. But this motherfucker gets within an inch of Gilgamesh, my dude. Like, that doesn't happen.
A lot of people got within an inch of him, though.
Oh, he exudes fucking charisma. And if I could be any character in anime, I would want to be Ryder. He's so fucking
he had a great noble phantasm. It just was nothing.
Oh, it was fucking
Gilgamesh.
sick, man. An endless army and a fucking bubble.
Yeah, and you were in the desert. And all that
and the
stuff.
fucking reality bubble in the desert. Fucking A. Without that stupid cheat code Ea, Ryder would have kicked the shit out of people.
Yeah.
He had like 4 mounts.
Yep.
That fucking the lightning oxen.
That's true. He had different types and all that stuff.
And just the things he said, he had no fear. He's talking to these other people, like you said, he's going up to other kings and like fucking what the hell?
Join my
army. Servants.
Yeah,
the other powerful ass servants, and like join my army. And fully expecting them to be like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, he's the conqueror.
Hey, why not? Yeah? King of conquerors.
Yeah.
No, dude, fucking Ryder, man. I could talk about Ryder for hours.
No, I understand. I mean, sadly, I'm surprised he ain't number 1 then for you. But now I'm excited to see what number 1 is, and I know who it is.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, but
who's your number 1, buddy?
Well, my number 1, we're gonna do it as Kakashi Hatake.
Number 1.
Number 1.
Okay.
And you could say it's because I just finished Naruto, but it is true that you essentially went through an entire arc journey about his life. You got to see him from when he was young all the way to him being a Hokage.
Yeah.
And basically, this was a man that had a lot of emotion and everything stripped away from him throughout his lifestyle. His dad committed suicide and stuff like that. I don't know if you know about that.
I did not know about that. But
you find out why when he's younger he was so strict, always about rules. You got to do the rules. You got to do everything by the books because his dad broke the rules one time to save a bunch of his own comrades that were, I think they were ambushed or something like that, and he broke his own rule, his own code, and went to go save them. Because of that, they stripped his title. He was, called a coward, all these names, and because he couldn't face the dishonor and all that to his name, he killed himself, feeling like he dishonored. Yeah. And Kakashi at 6 years old or whatever, he grew up as a genius. He was already good at what he did.
Yeah, wasn't he like a Junin at like 8 or something like that?
Essentially, and all the kids were like, when you see Sasuke growing, that's why he sees Sasuke as him, because he's like, he doesn't see anyone else, but all the girls, everybody's like, oh my god, Kakashi, and all that stuff. And the only one he really connected with was Obito. And all that stuff. And you get to learn about Obito and all that stuff, but I'm not going to get into that. But yeah, just Kakashi goes from that, having his own friends, starting to build a connection, actually having feelings, and then somewhere down the line, all his comrades die. And he joins the Anbu Black Ops, the ones with the masks. And basically, they are devoid of pretty much all feeling because they, commit assassinations. They do all this stuff like that. Like, people die in front of him. And when Kakashi's in his teenager, younger years, you see that he doesn't flinch. he slowly is going into the part where death does not bother him anymore. And the Hokage finally is like, I'm going to make you a teacher. And I'm going to make you go with this team of Sasuke, Sakura, and Naruto. And he doesn't
know. That was his first team?
He got money out of the teams, but he would deny them all.
Oh, okay.
But finally, the Hokage is like, I got the right one for you. And,
okay, I remember hearing something about that.
And when Kakashi finally gets them, he looks at them all, and he's just like, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. And then as you go on, and I can't give away things, but he just starts seeing that the bond they all had, and he starts seeing them as his own family, and he grows and all that stuff. He starts having a goal again, like we said with Killua, and basically realize that his goal is to make sure their goals, mostly Naruto's.
He wants to be a teacher.
Yeah, Naruto wants to be a Hokage. His goal is, I'm going to make sure this kid becomes the Hokage because he is literally everything that I would want to see happen in this world. He also sees him as a younger Obito, his friend, and you learn about Obito and all that stuff. It's a lot of things I can't give away because I want you to experience it, but let me just say Kakashi has gone through so much growth, and basically he gets to see his dad one last time and stuff like that, and that talk with his father really changed his perspective. And it's just that I hit a lot of my feels and all that stuff. Sometimes it's just, I don't know, he's just a great character, and he always has these little inner jokes in him and all that stuff. He seems so serious, but then he just comes out of it and he just starts having these little jokes. His book, he loves to make out paradise. You don't think that this guy is like this, but he is, and it's great. He's always late to things. It's I don't know, I
relate to that.
I know you do. I don't relate to that, but his carefreeness is I wish I could.
I get you. No, Kakashi's dope, man. Even the 50, 60 episode I've watched, I love him. I love his dynamic with Guy.
And when he's the Hokage, it's kind of funny because he doesn't like being the Hokage.
No,
people will be like, "Oh, Hokage, sir," and he'd be like, "Look, stop calling me Hokage, please." But he doesn't like it. Every time he's he plays his hand, he's like, "Stop calling me that." He hates it. So, but yes, Kakashi is my number one.
Number one. Okay. Yeah. My number one.
Oh, I wonder who it is.
The Spirit Fox, Kurama. Back to Yu Yu Hakusho. Yay! I fucking love Yu Yu Hakusho. Kurama, dude, he was my favorite when I was a kid. Watching that red-haired fox bastard go in and fucking kick the shit out of people. Calm, collected, never fucking fretted, never worried about anything, always had the battle in mind. Mm-hmm. You want to talk about a stone-cold killer, Kurama is your dude. And you wouldn't think
hiding behind that nice little face.
He's a beautiful man. And you wouldn't think that he's ruthless, but it's been said many times. I think Hiei said it
he says he's more scarier than me. He's more ruthless than I am.
Why did I team up with Kurama? Because I didn't want to fight him. And dude, especially in the Sensui arc when they're fucking with Game Master.
Yep.
Dude, he's he looks at him and is like, you think this is the first time Kurama's ever killed a kid? And Kurama's just stone cold face playing that Tetris thing, knowing full well he was gonna kill this kid.
Yeah, and he says, "I'm sorry, you're gonna die here."
But not actually sounding sorry, just that dead cold fucking, I am going to kill you. You're going to die.
Yep.
And I really like that about him, dude. His usefulness with plant manipulation, how he can set traps inside people, set traps around people.
He does it numerous times.
Yeah, and that's not even to mention Yoko Kurama, who is my favorite transformation type of Kurama.
Yeah.
I fucking love the Spirit Fox original Kurama, dude. Him in the fucking Dark Tournament with his giant Venus fly eating type traps.
The death plants.
Yeah, the death plants, dude, and they're fucking holy fuck. And just the aura around him, and he gets a little bit more cocky when he's the Spirit Fox.
Right.
He's such a badass, dude. I cannot. It took 3 or 4 watch throughs before I decided that Yusuke was more of a favorite character because I relate to him more. Yeah. But holy fuck, man, Kurama's so cool.
Yeah, we're talking about our favorite side characters, you know.
Yeah, I mean? So and that's the thing too, and that's another reason I'm happy we're talking about side characters today because Kurama, man.
Yeah.
I mean, his Rose Whip, just first of all, when you first get to actually see him fight, is against that rock demon.
Yep.
And his Rose Whip fucking whips right in, and he gets the shit kicked out of him, and they're all like, or at least Hiei was like, you didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
And Kurama's like, well, I wanted to make sure he didn't have any secret powers or anything.
He was just making sure.
Yeah, he's overly cautious to a T, but it's never fucked him.
Yeah.
It has never fucked him.
Usually he's the one that will take a couple hits. He looks like he's down. He's got the injuries because he's assessing everything.
Yeah.
He's very meticulous about what he does.
And I love guys who are badass in a way that's not like I'm going to scream and yell and get angry, who get that fucking 1,000-yard stare and just fucking look you down. And like, that's why I like Jotaro a lot from like, what the hell, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Mm-hmm. He's just characters who can give that dead stare and tell you to go fuck yourself with that same dead monotone.
Yep.
And have no fear.
Kind of like Killua. Same thing.
Yeah, exactly. When Killua gets his Godspeed and just... Yeah. It's fucking awesome, dude. Maybe it's because I am not like a fighter. I don't have that like dead, I'm going to kill somebody like mode. But
we wish, but we're not.
Yeah, but like I like the cool, calm, collected guys, and Kurama is the king of cool, calm, collected, but will still rip your throat out the first chance he gets.
That's true. Well worth number one, man, for sure.
Definitely.
My God. I feel like it was an adventure just to go through all these.
Yeah, this was fun. Picking them was interesting.
Yeah, like I said, I had jumping from like 10 to 5 was decent. I was fine with it, but as soon as I got to the top 5, like you said, Hiei 5, I was like, man, I'm all over the place, and but I couldn't let nostalgia take over, you know.
I never realized how many just protagonist main characters I really liked until I went through and started looking at all the series I've seen.
Yeah, because I would have put Goku. But that's a main character. But
I would have put Yusuke. I would have put a couple of JoJos, you know.
Yeah,
but
huge JoJo.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. We'll do villains at some point too. That'll be fun because I think villains I like more than like side characters most of the time.
Yeah, I don't know what you're thinking for like the next episode.
No, we'll figure it out. I don't want to commit to anything too hard.
No, we don't want to put anything on air for these people to listen to. But other than that, anything else you'd like to say to the folks?
Stay safe out there, everybody. Stay home if you can.
Yes, please keep the distance.
Keep the distance socially.
Unless you have to work.
Yeah, and even if you have to work, just do everything you can. Be safe out there. I hope with all the extra time you have, you'll take some time to listen to the podcast, and we hope that when you do that, wherever you're listening to it, leave a review. Let us know what you like, what you didn't like, even if it just puts 5 stars or 1 star.
Yeah, because we're like, I don't know all the podcasts we're on. You now know every one. I know we're
on Apple Podcasts, we're on iTunes, we're on Spotify, we're on Pocket Cast, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Podcasts.
My God,
we're on a lot. I think there's a couple others too, because there's like podcast apps.
We made a Facebook.
From other apps.
We made a lot.
Yeah, we have a Facebook. Find us on Facebook. Find us on Twitter. But leave a review. We'd really like. Not only does it help us out, but we'd really like to hear what you guys like about the show.
Yeah, we'd like to get some polls involved, see what you think, what you would like to discuss. Like,
reach out to us.
Who's your favorite? Stuff like that.
Help us be a better show for you.
Exactly. We're here for you. Help me help you.
That's the only reason we're talking about fucking anime to each other is for other people to listen to.
Exactly.
Otherwise, this would just be kind of weird to listen to each other talk back.
I don't mind it.
I just like to listen to our voices sometimes before I fall asleep.
Yeah.
It helps.
A little creepy.
Anyway, JD, I think that's going to call it for today, bud.
All right. I hope you all have a good one, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Yeah, we are the Anime Brothers, and we are signing out.